Another Sorare video. This video I'm going to be kind of showing you my rewards and giving you my kind of thoughts on how to play Rivals and what I do to kind of gain the best results I can possible. So going into Rivals, you can see we finished 3rd place in my squad. Unfortunately, didn't get promoted. I think I might need to leave and join a better squad, I'm not going to lie. But that's a different problem. Now we have here, I was previously in Division 5. We have now been promoted to Division 4. And as you can see, as it loads, we have a box. Now before I open this box, I'll kind of show you how I've done it. Is it going to be in my lineups? Or not? My squad maybe? Is that for my squad? No, that's me. So as you can see, I got 59 rep, which is my most rep so far. We finished 1st in Division 5, which is very nice. We are hopefully going to try and get promoted again. But this is us currently. As you can see, we've been promoted back to back to back to back, which is really nice. And we actually did receive a premium box. I think that's what it's called, premium Rivals box. If it will load up now. Hopefully. Doesn't look like it. Let's have a look. Here it is. Premium box. Now what we are looking for here is a card. A good card basically. Let's have a look. And we get arena tickets. That is just not what you want to see at all, to be honest, is it? Also on the pro side, I have got a box. As you can see, we finished 322nd with a shocking 312 points. Newcastle boys did okay for once. Everton can't keep clean sheet, which is just shocking. Akanji with not a very good score, but I did pick my best available 5 because Isaac was out injured. I think he broke his toe. Currently, they've actually introduced this new warm-up thing, which is really good for me in midweeks actually, and also I can play it because I've got 6 players. I can play it as well on on the weekend. So this is my team at the minute. If it stops glitching out, we've got this. I think it's going to do well. Hopefully Akanji puts out a good performance. Got a training team. Haven't done a team for next week. Do that. But speaking of Rivals, what are my tips? How am I kind of doing it to kind of maximise my situation and to kind of get promoted? So for me, for example, let's just give this Arsenal PSG game. I only do lineups which have already been released. I don't know them before because you just forget, and then if players aren't playing, it just is what it is, and you lose basically. So I only do it when I know the lineups have been released, and I only do one team. So for example, for this match, even I would only play this because it's a double rep boost. But even with these double rep boosts, I would only play, in this scenario, I probably would only play Arsenal players. And maybe Arsenal injured. But I would only play one of the teams. I haven't kind of done the research, so I don't know yet, but I would only play one team. And why I like that is just because I know that you can get double decisives. If that team is expected to win and things like that, it just makes it a lot easier. Games that I like the look of, just teams that I know would absolutely smash that team. And that's easier said than done. But obviously, for example, if we're going Barcelona, I also look for kind of gems. I look for players who are starting who have a really kind of low L15 that I think like they should have better. for example, like I think a Pedri is better than that, and it depends who plays out this. But 43 for a Barcelona midfielder, I think is very respectable. And when one of these two come back and they're 25, that's going to be an absolute bargain. So I think it's really important to make sure that you find players that are good value, and I think that's firstly the really important bit. You either look for people who are really good value or people that you know are just absolute great players. So in this team, I think that you would need to have Yamal, and I think going for a Yamal and going for a lower rated L15 player would be better than going for like 245s or 250s or things like that, or like 255s in this case, because of just how good scoring. So I think it's getting that balance. If there isn't a player like Yamal on the team, then it's very different. But as I said, I just like having players all from the same team. For example, Manchester City, is there any? So I would just obviously pick him. Doesn't look like he's starting actually, which is unfortunate for my team. But if we're looking here, just trying to look for some bargains, players of good value, we can't see the lineup yet. But a Phil Foden for 45 seems like really, really good value. So I'll definitely put him in. And then just depending on the starting lineup, is like a Doku for 53. I also think is a good value. So I think it's making sure that you get good value players, but also players that, like, if there's a player on a team that can smash and will smash, I think it's best to do that. Also, what I will go into is the tactic, and I think the tactic is very, very important. I only really look at it as L15 averages. However, if for example one contest or all out attack, I would like to have two forwards for all out attack, obviously, and same if you go in defender, but that just kind of goes said and done. But for those, if there's only one player and he's got like an average of a 3.5, say, shots on goal, I would be less kind of reluctant if then say a one contest and there's multiple players who've got like one each, just because if that player doesn't do well, gets subbed early, then it's just more reliable. So I think that's a good point, I would say, but I think it is also just the main points are pick the best players, and that's just obvious. Like, yeah, cheers for that. But just try and get them bargains and try and build the best team possible with that. So I think I would go with a Balde here, and I think if just using this Barcelona one as an example, I think I would go Pedri. And then I did say I wanted to go Yamal. We've got average of 68, so we can do that. Now we've got 58, and then we've got Lewandowski, which seems very, very nice to me. And this was a team I'll be going out with. And you can see here, I just look at this. That looks very nice. That looks very nice. Average of that, so I probably will pick this. All out attack, not as much. Effective clearances, no. Gegenpress, maybe, but I think a one contest is the best case scenario here. Obviously, you captain Lamine Yamal, but I think, as I've said, you've got the bargains, you've got the top players, and it's just kind of worked perfectly here. So that's a kind of example I would give, but I hope you do well in Rivals. Hopefully, you get better rewards than arena tickets like me, but it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.